Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Savannah Chrisley rages on fans in new disgustingly low tweet. In what fans are describing as a disgustingly low tweet, Savannah Chrisley rages on followers of her family as she puts on a perfect display of hurt people. What exactly did Todd and Julie's daughter post on Twitter that has Chrisley Knows Best fans so upset? Keep reading to learn more about this surprisingly savage post. Savannah Chrisley rages and disrespects her fans. Chrisley Knows Best fans are in agreement that Savannah is deeply hurt by her parents being behind bars, and it is causing her to rage and lash out at fans on the internet. On Reddit, fans agree that Savannah is proving hurt people do hurt people in an attempt to bury their own pain. Fans, however, are growing tired of Savannah lashing out and disrespecting them because her parents committed a crime and ended up behind bars for it. In her disgustingly low tweet, Savannah explained that people often asked what kind of plans the family had with her mother and father behind bars. Here is the tweet she shared on her profile. In response to the tweet on Twitter, there was a lot of love for Savannah and her family. Several agreed that she might as well pursue making a movie before someone else does so she can control the narrative. On Reddit, fans were furious. On Reddit, however, fans were less in love with this tweet. In fact, they thought it was disrespectful that she referred to her fans as drunks, even as she was just quoting her grandmother. Here's what some Chrisley fans had to say on Reddit. As TV shows Ace previously reported, Savannah Chrisley has made it known that she follows chatter on Reddit as she has responded to accusations posted on Reddit via her Instagram stories in the past. With this information, some fans admit they hope she'll get some help so she can find a way to move past the hurt she feels over her parents behind bars. Savannah Chrisley has always lived her life in the public eye. As the outspoken daughter of Todd and Julie Chrisley, she grew up in front of cameras, microphones, and social media timelines. But lately, Savannah has been finding herself clashing more and more with fans who think they know her every move. And her most recent outburst on Twitter, or X, depending on who you ask, has fans reeling. It all started with what seemed like a casual Sunday night post. Savannah had just finished recording her podcast, Unlocked, when she fired off a tweet that many immediately labeled tone-deaf and disgustingly low. The tweet read, "Some of y'all act like your opinion matters more than the truth. Newsflash, it doesn't. Don't come for me about my family unless your closet is clean. And honey, judging by your profiles, it's fail-fee." Within minutes, the replies flooded in. Fans who once adored Savannah accused her of arrogance. Critics piled on, calling her spoiled, bitter, and out of touch. But Savannah didn't back down. Instead, she doubled down, firing off a string of tweets that grew increasingly combative. "You're mad at me because I won't sit here and let strangers tear apart my parents while they're fighting for their lives in prison. Pathetic. Maybe worry about your own family's drama instead of mine." To some, this was Savannah's raw authenticity, unfiltered and unapologetic. To others, it was a meltdown in real time. The Chrisley pressure cooker. To understand Savannah's rage, one must remember the storm she's been weathering for the past 2 years. With Todd and Julie both serving prison sentences, Savannah, at just 26, became the legal guardian of her younger brother, Grayson, and her niece, Chloe. Suddenly, the bubbly reality star known for witty one-liners and hair tutorials was thrust into the role of caretaker, breadwinner, and public defender for her family's crumbling reputation. Every move she makes is scrutinized. If she posts a picture smiling at a concert, fans accuse her of being insensitive to her parents' situation. If she speaks about prison conditions, critics accuse her of playing victim. And when she stays quiet, they claim she's hiding something. It's a pressure cooker, and Sunday night's Twitter storm proved just how close Savannah might be to boiling over. Fans feel betrayed. Many longtime Chrisley fans expressed hurt at Savannah's choice of words. One follower wrote, "I've supported you since Chrisley Knows Best Season 1. I defended your family when the verdict came down. But this? Attacking your own supporters? It's a low blow, Savannah. We only ask questions because we care. You shouldn't spit on the people who have stood by you during the hardest time of your life. The phrase disgustingly low began trending in Chrisley fan groups, with some debating whether Savannah had finally crossed a line she couldn't walk back from. The other side of the coin. Still, not everyone was ready to cancel Savannah. Some fans argued that she was only human and deserved grace. One user posted, "Everyone is coming for Savannah like she's not 26 years old, raising 2 kids, dealing with her parents' incarceration, and having the internet pick apart her every word. I'd snap too." Others applauded her for standing up for herself. Finally, someone claps back at these fake fans who act supportive but are really just here to stir the pot. It was clear Savannah's tweets divided her audience sharply into 2 camps: those who felt personally attacked and those who admired her fiery backbone. The deeper meaning behind the rage. For Savannah, this wasn't just about defending her parents. It was about reclaiming her narrative. Since Todd and Julie went to prison, tabloids and YouTube commentators have spun endless theories about the Chrisleys, divorce rumors, family feuds, and even whispers of Savannah abandoning her responsibilities. Her tweets, as explosive as they were, might have been her way of saying, "Enough. I won't let strangers dictate my story anymore." But in the age of social media, tone matters as much as truth. What Savannah intended as righteous anger came across to many as condescension and cruelty. The blunt reference to fans' filthy closets especially struck a nerve, with critics labeling it a classist insult. The fallout. By Monday morning, Savannah had locked her comments on Twitter and retreated to Instagram stories, where she posted a cryptic message. "Don't confuse silence with weakness. Sometimes silence is just choosing peace over chaos." But fans weren't satisfied. Many felt she owed an apology, while others speculated that she was deliberately stoking controversy to drive attention to her podcast and growing media ventures. Podcast downloads spiked the following day, suggesting that even those who claimed to be done with Savannah couldn't resist tuning in to hear what she'd say next. The Chrisley legacy at stake. The Chrisleys built their fame on family unity, quick wit, and an image of Southern charm. But Savannah's outburst raises tough questions about whether that legacy can survive the strain of prison sentences, public scrutiny, and internal fractures. Is Savannah protecting her family or damaging their brand further? Has she become the new face of the Chrisleys, for better or worse? Publicists might argue that this was a PR misstep. But in a world where reality stars thrive on attention, good or bad, it could also be a calculated move. After all, outrage drives clicks, and clicks drive relevance. What happens next? For now, Savannah seems determined not to back down. Insiders close to her suggest she feels deeply betrayed by fans who claim to support her but criticize her every move. She believes her loyalty to her parents is unwavering and refuses to let strangers rewrite who they are. But whether fans will forgive her latest outburst remains uncertain. Some argue she needs media training and a tighter grip on her emotions. Others say her rawness is what sets her apart in a sea of polished influencers. If history is any guide, Savannah won't stay silent for long. She thrives in the spotlight, even when that spotlight burns hot. And if her latest disgustingly low tweet proves anything, it's that Savannah Chrisley is no longer interested in playing nice. She's interested in fighting back. Final thoughts. The line between celebrity and fan has never been thinner, thanks to social media. But when a star lashes out at the very people who elevated them, it creates a rift that can be hard to heal. Savannah Chrisley's latest rage-filled tweets have left many wondering, is she spiraling under pressure or stepping into a new, unapologetic era of authenticity?